My name's Jasmin Dalton. I work here on campus as a BA counselor in the BA counseling office. And I did my undergrad here at Guelph in sociology. I then went on to do an MSW at Laurier, and I'm about to start my MBA here on campus. So during the first year of my master's in social work, while I was studying well-being, I sort of neglected my well-being. I would say I had a bit of a yes problem, where I would say yes to full-time studies, yes to an apartment that was convenient for my roommates, but a 2-hour commute by bus for me, yes to volunteering, yes to helping my friends and peers with their assignments and editing their resumes, yes to adopting this really nasty cat, yes to any favor I could do for anyone, yes to a research assistantship, yes to co-authoring a publication, yes, yes, yes. And eventually I started feeling really overwhelmed and really stressed out. So I figured there must be something wrong with me. Why couldn't I balance everything? And a lot of self-judgment. So I decided I would go seek help. I figured my first step would be talking to a mental health professional. So I went to a clinic, turned around, pretended I forgot something in my purse because I was so intimidated. But the second time I got into the clinic, the mental health nurse that I spoke to sort of diagnosed me as having too much on my plate, and her prescription was to try saying no to a few things. And if that didn't help, I could always come back. So from there, I decided to quit one of my part-time jobs, even though it had really cool weekend travel opportunities, because it was just too much. I told my research assistantship advisor that I just couldn't co-author that publication by the deadline, and I stopped tutoring for free, and I gave my sister the cat. So it helped, but I still felt like I was even more of a failure, because now I was missing out on cool opportunities. I wasn't going to be published, and I wasn't as helpful to other people as I had wanted to be. So it took some time, but eventually I started to feel more relaxed and a little bit less stressed. My relationships I had more time to invest in my relationships, so that was positive, and I had more time to take care of myself. So I could actually watch Netflix, go to the gym. I found like I had an extra hour or two every day. When comparing my experience to the experiences of friends and family and peers, I can see now that everyone experiences setbacks, and it's how we respond to those setbacks that defines where our path is going to take us. In my case, I needed to start saying no in order to say yes to my own well-being, and that was an important lesson. And I know that friends and family have been able to distill important lessons from their failures and setbacks as well. So I see failure now as an opportunity for progress, and that might sound cheesy, but truly failure is the only place where learning can happen. I remember being a little kid getting ready for a spelling test, and I only wanted to focus on the words that I knew, and my dad took away the pile of the words that I knew, and I was left with this stack of words I couldn't do yet, and I was so frustrated. But truly the only place I could learn was by staring at my failure pile, and I think the same thing is still true today. To students who have recently experienced a setback or are about to experience a setback or failure, I would say, first off, be kind to yourself. Failing is hard enough on your ego without adding a layer of self-loathing and berating oneself, so be kind. And I would also say, look for the lesson, because there's definitely going to be a lesson in there somewhere.